Hello and welcome back to Creative Sojourn. Today I'm really excited to share this with you. I have a very small art haul. I've been actually using Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors / gouache paints for the last 2+ years, and it's been a long time since I've broken out my actual watercolor palettes, and I thought I'd just kind of look online for some new ones. I love granulating watercolors. I used to use them all the time. And so I got on a website and I had several granulating watercolors in my cart when I ran across a huge sale on the Schmincke Super Granulating watercolor sets. So although they didn't have the sets that I would have wanted in terms of colors, the sale was so good, I couldn't resist. So I ended up with the Schmincke Super Granulating set called Urban, and I also ended up with the Haze set. So in this video, I'm going to open them up and give them a swatch. And I also actually got one of my favorite brands of watercolors. I found when I went to my stash of old watercolors, I found several of them to actually be completely dried up. So I love Daniel Smith, and I ended up getting a Potter's Pink and a Lunar Blue, I think it is, which I will also swatch in this video. So enjoy, and I'll be back in a little bit. You may notice I decided to categorize them more toward their color rather than if they were in the Urban or Haze set, because ultimately it doesn't matter to me. I'll be painting with them, mixed up in different paintings. I'm not going to just keep the Urban set together or the Haze set together. But it was really fun to get all these colors for a fraction of the price of the single purchases. So although they aren't the sets that I would have loved to have gotten, they were the ones on sale, so I chose them and got them. I'm still extremely excited to paint an actual painting with these. I think they're going to be really beautiful. We'll see really soon. Almost getting to the swatching part. As I mentioned before, I have been using the Kuretake paints for a couple years, and I have these beautiful ceramic palettes that I'm putting these granulating colors into, but I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do ultimately. I have been seeing these palettes that can take up to like 150 colors, and I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do. If you have any advice, anybody who's been painting for a long time and knows the best way to go about it, let me know. Should I just fill up a couple of small palettes with different types of paint, or should I do one big huge palette with everything in it? Let me know what you think is best. I'm curious to hear. So I didn't wait for the watercolors to cure in the palette. I'm way too impatient for that. So you may notice they are really creamy and really thick. And I probably could have used a little bit more water on these, just so the granulation would really, shine through. but I think you'll get a good idea of what they're going to look like. Also, this is a swatching book. It's not, you know, it is 300 GSM, 140 pound, but it's not my normal watercolor paper that I use. So I am really excited to do a painting on some really nice watercolor paper, and I will have an upcoming video on how these performed in a painting. And please excuse my hands. We live at altitude right now, and it's been really cold and snowy and dry, and I wash my hands 100 times a day. I use a ton of lotion, but it's just not working. It's painful to look at them in the video because I know how much they hurt every day. But please excuse that look, and please focus on the beautiful paints. I was surprised by this urban green. It's such a beautiful bluish green hue. I am so excited for these colors. They're really turning out pretty. Love this color. I've been painting just animals and like single subjects for quite a long time, and I'm not trained in art. I'm completely self-taught, just dabbling in it over the years, but I'm really thinking that these colors are calling for some landscape painting learning. So yeah, I think the video I'll do with these colors will actually, rather than be a bird or another animal, I think I'm going to attempt to do something with some landscape behind it. Maybe even like an owl in a tree in the mountains or something. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll figure out what I decide to do. I'm really in love with the blues and greens in these two sets. Those are my blues and greens are my favorite colors anyway, but I'm really thrilled at the beauty of the ones that were included in both of these sets. This deep sea indigo is definitely making me want to go paint a whale. Definitely may have to do a landscape and a seascape with these. These are definitely very moody colors too. Lots of deep emotion in these. So this is going to be fun trying to figure out what to do in terms of a painting with these. We are in the middle of a move right now though, so it's going to be a minute until I can get to that, but boy am I going to be looking forward to it the next week or so. You can really see the separation of color in the urban brown. I'm really interested to know if when I use some Arches cold pressed paper, if I'm gonna see more of the colors that are shown on the tubes. It's gonna be very interesting. In the haze pink here, you can see the pink kind of mixed in with that grayish blue haze. So yeah, I can't wait to get on some of my really good paper and put this into a painting and, you know, use a little more water and just kind of really play with these and see how they separate and granulate out. Oh, they're just so pretty. And here I'm going to do the Daniel Smith colors. I only bought 2 because they were not on sale and they are expensive paints. And I do have a little box full of colors that did not harden over time. So that's where the new palette making comes in. I'm gonna kind of mix everything up together, I think. I don't know, again, if there are any longer painting artists out there, people who have been painting longer than a few years, I would love to know, you know, how you organize your palettes and what you suggest. Yeah, because I don't know, I just feel like if I do like the 150 pan palette, I don't know that I have 150 colors. In fact, I probably don't at this point, but I feel like that's something that could grow. And then I feel like I just have all of my paints available to me at once. One of the problems, or not problems, but not a great thing about my Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints over the last couple of years is I have probably 4 or 5 different box sets of them, and when I want to paint with them, like I don't even have enough room on my table for all of the boxes. So that's why I'm kind of feeling like I need to conglomerate all my paints into one palette. I don't know. Again, if anybody has any suggestions on what's best on that, please do let me know. And here you can see the haze blue and what it looks like on the tube, and you can really see the color separation with the greens and the grays and the blues. I don't see it that much on the paper. And the haze pink, there you can see. And that one looks a little bit closer on the swatch, but again, so excited to get to use these in a painting on my Arches cold pressed. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to be a week or 10 days out while we make a move. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.